Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to the Manah Shiksha series. Today we are going to discuss the seventh instruction of Manah Shiksha. Uh, what is one obstacle in devotional service which is so nasty that which can be described as the last snare of Maya, or which can be described as something that is very difficult to give up, and yet it is mandatory, it is very essential to give that vice up in order to progress in devotional service. That is desire for name, fame, and prestige, which is the greatest obstacle, one of the greatest obstacles in devotional service. So, this instruction to mind is about not giving way or opportunity for desire for name, fame, and prestige to appear in the heart, or destroy it as soon as we notice that something like that is happening in our heart. And secondly, serving the great devotees of the Lord, by whose mercy such desires will not touch our heart, and very easily the love for Krishna can appear in our heart. So the verse goes like this. प्रतिष्ठाशा धृष्टा श्वपचरमणि मे हृदि नटेत् कथं साधु प्रेम स्पृशति शुचिरे तन्ननु मनः सदा त्वं सेवस्व प्रबुदयितसामन्तमतुलं यथा त्वां निष्कास्य त्वरितमिह तं वेशयति सः. So very simple. Pratisthasha Dhrishta, this shameless desire, which is given a kind of personified name as a Shvapacharamani, uh, wife of a dog eater, shameless, uh, you can say like a shameless woman, or like a lowly woman. May Rudin Atet, as long as she is dancing in my heart, Katham Sadhu Prema Sprishati Ruchiretan Nanumana. How can prema come in the heart? Uh, as long as such inauspicious thing is residing in my heart, how will prema ever make entry there? So therefore, Sadatvam Sevasu, always serve Prabhudaita Samantam, the general, the the commander in chief, or the general of Krishna, who are the devotees. If you serve them always, then they will they will kick this lowly woman out of the house of our heart, and then they will bring or invite love for Krishna uh, in our heart. So it is important that to know that desire for name, fame, prestige, profit, adoration, distinction, I am better than others, I should get the name, I should get the fame, everybody should praise me. This kind of desire is a disastrous desire. This is not a desire, this is desire. This is disaster. And one should be very meticulous to avoid it, very vigilant to avoid such kind of desire, because this desire is compared to quicksand, which can quickly sink the boat of our bhajan down to the mire of material existence. So this why such name, fame, prestige, desire, vice comes in our heart is because of lack of taste in bhajan, because mind does not have that higher taste. Therefore mind wants to trick us, or wants to give us satisfaction by making it up for it, for lack of taste in bhajan, by uh, thinking that by name, fame, prestige, the adjusting the externals, I'll be happy. Hmm? So the root of desiring from name, fame, prestige is the lack of bhajan, lack of taste in bhajan, and the mind wants to make it up for by introducing this new parameter, you can say, of desire for name, fame. Maybe that will fill up the vacuum that we are feeling in the heart. But of course, that's not possible. The vacuum that is created by lack of taste in Krishna can only be filled with taste in Krishna. There is no other alternative there. This is the our Chaitanya Charitamrita wants us that as soon as we start when we receive the Bhakti Lata Bij, the creeper of the Bhakti Shraddha from Guru and Krishna, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai, Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of devotion that we obtain from Guru and Krishna. Then Mali Haya Sei Bij Karahe Sechan, Shravana Kirtana Jale Karahe Sechan. So when we plant that seed in our heart and we pour or sprinkle the water of hearing and chanting, one thing we have to be extremely careful that there are other weeds that are growing along with that Bhakti Lata. Kintu Lagdara Sange Uthe Upashakha Bhakti Mukti Spruha Asankhya Tara Lekha. And then the count is, the examples are given. What could be those weeds? Nishiddhachar, forbidden behavior, Kutinati, duplicity. We heard in the last verse what is duplicity, and that is deceitful nature. Jiva Hinsan, being violent to other living entities. Puja Labh Pratishtadi Upashakha Gand, having desire for name, fame, and prestige. Seka Jalapaya Upashakha Badi Jai. These when we hear and chant with these desires within our heart, these weeds get the nourishment and they grow up and they choke the progress of uh, uh, our main creeper which we want to cultivate, that is the bhakti creeper. Stabda hai mula shakha baditena pai. The progress is choked. So therefore what one should do, prathame upashakar karaye chedan tabe mula shakha badi yai vrindavan. Therefore from the beginning only just cut down this upashakha, which is the desire for name, fame, and prestige, and then the main creeper which we are trying to nourish and cultivate, that will go to Vrindavan and take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet there and give rise to fruit of love of Krishna. One more thing here, uh, this is not sufficient to. It's not sufficient to just be aware that there is desire for name and fame and prestige in my heart, and I have to avoid it under any circumstances. It is extremely important to employ the method to do that. And that method is to serve the devotees. And sadatam, always, always serve the devotees. And they will kick this shameless, lowly woman out of our heart and invite prema in our heart. They are compared to the commander in chief. So Krishna explains to Uddhava very beautifully in the 11th canto that tato dussangam utsrujya satsu sajjeta buddhiman santa evasa chinnanti manovyasangam uktivi. My mind is attached to so many vices because the baggage that I have carried uh, throughout many lifetimes. So only when I approach a sadhu by his instructions, Santa Evasa Chinnanti Mano Vyasangam, the attachment that I have for such kind of unwanted things can be destroyed only by the instructions of sadhus. And so serving them, Yathopashrayamanasya Bhagavantam Vibhavasum, Shitam Bhayam, Shitam Bhayam Tamopeti, Sadhun Sanstevatas Tatha. Just like for cooking, we approach fire, automatically cold, fear, and darkness is dispelled. Similarly, when for attaining love, when we approach devotees and we serve them, then automatically these three things, karma jadyam, the coldness or kind of uh, what is it, the the stillness or the indifference that we feel, apathy that we feel towards uh, devotional elements, that is destroyed, and our heart is filled with enthusiasm. Shitam bhayam, samsar bhay, the fear of material existence is destroyed, and tama, the ignorance is destroyed by serving the sadhus. So this seventh instruction is a very beautiful instruction which tells us to be cautious about this desire for name, fame, and prestige, and to invite and to serve devotees constantly, so that by their mercy, by their instructions, uh, automatically such vices will leave our heart and love will appear in our heart. So this is about the seven instructions. Krishna willing, we will again meet for the eighth instructions, eighth instruction and the future instructions to the mind. Hare Krishna.